What's up, fellow interwebs? Have you ever went to a party or wedding because your grandfather was like, "Oh, my grandson can take so good photos. He can take better than the photographer. You can save some money. Just take him with you. Why you don't take some photos, champ?" And you went there and you took some photos, and it ended up like a 10-year-old kid took it. Well, compared to the actual photographer, but you were using the exact same DSLR camera. Well, I'm here to give you an inside peek on how they get their photos to look so professional. This is by no means a tutorial or anything, it's just to give you an inside look on how we get our photos to look like this. If you guys do want a tutorial and you want to know how to do this in detail, then do let me know.
I don't think there's more than we can do. How come you think that I still owe you anything more than pain?
So here's some photos that my good buddy Shamantha took. They're actually pretty decent. You can check out her Instagram on Morpho Photography. She's an actual photographer. These are actually all buddies of mine as well. Kamen and Tasha. Congratulations, by the way. So generally, if you're using one of the low-end to mid-range DSLR cameras, they tend to look something like this. And they're not that bad, but they can look better. Okay, so let's check them out and find one to edit. This is pretty nice actually. These are a little bit dark. You know, I specifically told her, take the light that I just bought. I bought a brand new ring light and it would have did wonders. But no, she was like, "Oh, it's okay. I'll just take the photos, I'm sure it'll be fine." Okay, so let's take this one for example. It's a pretty good, well, it's an okay photo as it is. I'm pretty sure it was just dark in that venue or wherever they were. The first problem with this photo is it's kind of taken in a weird angle where it's like, you know, so we just want to straighten that up. So if you look at these curtain lines, we want to make sure those are straight, and we can look at this guy standing in the photo. We want him to look like he's not standing on the walls or on a hill or do anything. So we're just going to straighten that up and make it look natural. And there you go. Straight. Okay, so the second thing that you want to do is fix the color balance of the photos. You want to make sure the blacks are black and the whites are white. So with this photo, it looks, I think it's pretty on point. There was no weird colors or green lights or anything making things look weird. You can see her hair is black. She's wearing a white wedding dress. That's white. So we're not really gonna mess with that much. The next thing that we're gonna do is brighten it up. As you can see that the details are just getting lost a bit because it's so dark in there, which would have been fixed if she took the lights, just by the way. And then we wouldn't have to do this. But nevertheless, you have control of the exposure here. So let's just bring that up a little bit. The highlights are just blown out, so we're just gonna fix that a bit. Bring some shadows out. Maybe take the lights up a bit. Oof, too much. Right about there. Brighten up the blacks. And it already looks pretty good. Next we're just gonna leave all this because we're not stylizing it yet. We're just fixing it. It's a little bit blurry, so we're just gonna sharpen it up a tiny bit. Make sure the peeps are in focus. Use some noise as well and smoothen it out. Okay, I think we're just gonna leave it like that for now. I think it's pretty balanced and it looks pretty good. Next, we're gonna stylize it. Take down a little bit of the highlights. Pop up some more shadows. Add a little bit of that. Mostly what we're going to be doing is messing with the colors of stuff, taking down some colors, removing colors even. Tone curve, let's bring that down a notch. Ooh, this is like my favorite. So you get these colors over here that you can literally control and remove if you wanted to. if I didn't want any blue in this. No blue. I think to give this more of a wedding look, I'm just gonna take a smidge of this blue out. Or, you know what, let's just take all of it out so we don't get that light distracting in the background over there. Increase the luminance of it. And there's also this weird purple over here that we want to get rid of. Let's just take that out completely. Basically, we don't want to make the colors look so in your face. A lot of colors and light actually do look pretty good in stage photography and, you know, like concerts and vibes like that, but we don't really want those in wedding photos. We want our subject to pop and not have everything else distracting. So just these two. A lot of this is just going to be trial and error to see what looks good and what colors match each other. Okay, you know, let's add a little bit more of the blues back so it doesn't look so unnatural and black and whitish. But we can make it a lighter blue if we just take this down that much. Boom. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And sharpen her up a little bit more. Let's get rid of a little bit more noise, just to give it a more stylized look. We don't want to add too much noise, otherwise it's just going to end up looking like an oil painting like that. So let's take it down a notch. Okay, now let's add some effects to it. And ooh, here we have it. There are so many people that just crank this thing and put it there and just leave it there and call it a day. That is not editing. Don't do it. If you're gonna use vignette, please use it tastefully. Anyway, when I use it, I generally like drawing more attention to the subject. So we're just gonna have a little bit of it. And just on the birds and runners. Look at that. You can barely see it. But it's there. It's doing something. And just go back and make a little adjustment. And get the skin color to look a little bit more natural. Take down some contrast. And add a little bit more clarity. And yeah, there you have it. That's how you make it look a little bit more professional. There's a lot of people that don't really understand how you do this, and so they just think it's wizardry or magic or something. It's actually not that hard, it's pretty simple. Practice makes perfect. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe. It would be a huge help to growing my channel. I mean it. Can you just open? I'm so tired. Oh.